out, not fade away. I did what I did, and I knew what I knew, and it all came to nothing. Maybe if I did what I knew and knew what I did, it would have come to something. But then again, maybe I both knew and did long before I was young, and it still came to nothing. What's new? Someone with no clue how to fix his or her life told me how to fix mine, gave me some books or records they thought divine, sublime, or something of the sort, and whether I took their advice or not, it all came to naught, like when I played records or gave books to other folks who thought they were nothing. Maybe they just fucking stared. Maybe the extra R, A-R-E, in scarred or out, our scared. Though I could not tell front from behind, the pearls from swine, before I knew what it meant to kneel, I gave my advice a swell. I gave ad, I gave vice, I gave sugar and spice, naughty and nice, head to the shoe. And it all came to something resembling little more than anything at all. But me and you. Who am I fooling? No matter how many worlds of words I put it into, it still comes to nothing. I traded my bicycle in for care, my care for a car, my car for another car, my other better car for the same old bicycle, and this endless cycle for more care. And it all came to nothing. I read books and did chores, distinguished between bores and bores and bores. B-O-R-E-S, B-O-A-R-S, B-O-O-R-S. But could never extinguish wars and worse. And though I tried to rush her, all I did was hush her, perhaps even crush her. But I could never crush hearses, and they still came to nothing. I wrote and I wrote, and I typed and I typed. I wrote about this type or that. I typed about this, wrote or that. Wrote her this, R-O-T-O-R. Wrote her that. And it all turned to piss, or even less, till no one in particular hit the flusher and it all went to shit. But in spite of it, I wrote on, rode on, right on, ride on, right yawn. And it all grew tired, unwired, dutifully turned dutifully and mutually undesired until untied began to end up reminding me of united, except out of order and unrequited. In other words, it all came to nothing. When I found myself just pulling the levers, trying to be clever, dying to be better and better at dying, I wondered, what's the use trying? It's all coming to nothing anyway. Why not shut the fuck up and let it, and try to forget it? I drove tanks into banks, and I drank, and I drank, and I sank, and I stank, and it all came to nothing. I sat sober 2 decades. Even then I decayed and grew more and more dismayed as it all fell apart, and even my heart and hard drive came to nothing. So I finally gave up, figured screw the indoors, I'd make love to the outdoors, fuck the chores, maybe have a son who, unlike me, could successfully run from everything that comes to nothing, including myself and this cold, old earth. If I had to succumb, I'd at least go out feeling enlightened and warm, at least go out feeling like something hotter than cold, more young than old. So the sun starts to blaze, and coming out of your Y-O-R-E and my haze, I no longer wish to earn and yearn my way to a warmy grave. Fuck being grounded. Give me an urn. Neil Young is right. It's better to burn. Out. Never fade away, you know.
Mm-hmm.
That part of the title's out, not fade away. It's better to burn is the last line. So there you have it, man. If you gotta explain it, maybe Well, some people have tried to convince me that if you gotta explain it, it sucks, but I think sometimes, no matter what it is, it needs explaining.
It sounded. I like the way it sounded.